Good day children, Sai Ram. Let's start with our session with lesson number 1 in Civics, that is Introduction to the Parliamentary System. As you all know, India is a democratic country. So, we have a parliamentary system of government in our country. Now, what is a parliamentary system? The parliamentary system is that system in which the legislature is having the highest decision-making power. Now, who is the legislature over here? The legislatures are the representatives elected by the common people. Okay, during an election, we elect them and send them as legislature. So, they are the ultimate or the highest decision-making power. Our Indian Parliament also is composed of President, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So let us learn in detail about our parliamentary system. Here are the three organs on which our administration is dependent upon. First is legislature. What is the work of the legislature? To make the laws. The second is executive. What is the work of the executive? To implement the laws. Okay, whatever laws are made by the legislature is implemented by the executives. What is the work of the judiciary? The work of the judiciary is to provide justice. Okay, so these are the three organs. Okay, and whatever functions are there of these three organs, that is functions, jurisdiction, limitations, and the interrelationship between these organs, all are decided by the Constitution. The Constitution only decides their function, jurisdiction, limitation, interrelationship. Okay. So here we are going to talk about two types of government system. Okay. One is the parliamentary system and the second one is the presidential system. So let us learn in detail about the first one, that is parliamentary system. Now, as you all know, our constitution, that is the Indian constitution, we have learned last year about the Indian constitution. Indian constitution is in written form. It is maintained, it is written down in a book which is called as the Indian Constitution. What is there in our constitution? The rules and regulations to govern our country are put up together in the book. Okay, but if you see the constitution of the country England, it is unwritten. It is not written down and kept. Okay, so such is the constitution of England. Now, the constitution of England is unwritten, as I told you. There are some broad similarities between the parliamentary system of India and England. Can you tell me the reason why? Why there are some similarities over here? Because you all must be knowing the British ruled over India nearly for 150 years. So their influence, they were ruling over us. So their parliamentary system was there in India. But today, our parliamentary system is totally institutional. That means whatever problems are there in India, according to that only our parliamentary system is made up of. Okay, at an institutional level, today's Indian parliamentary system has become different in its content. Okay, that time during the British time, the parliamentary system was something different. Okay, now after independence, the parliamentary system became more different. Okay, so let's see about the characteristic of the Indian parliamentary system. Firstly, the parliamentary system is a system of governance. Okay, what is this parliamentary system? It is a system of governing a country. The system which is governing our country, that is called as parliamentary system. The legislature of the central government. Okay, central government here means the main governor or the union government. Okay, the legislature of the union government is known as the parliament. Okay, the Indian Parliament is composed of President, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. This I told you. Okay, the Indian Parliament is composed of President, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Let's go to the second point. Members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people. I hope you all know, after every 5 years, the election to the Lok Sabha take place. Okay, so in this, the members of the Lok Sabha are elected by the people. The number of members in the house is fixed. Because of this regularity of the election of the Lok Sabha, the members of the house is fixed. It does not change frequently. Elections to the Lok Sabha are held at regular intervals. What's the meaning of regular intervals? After every 5 years. In which all the political parties which are there in India contest in this elections. Okay, the party which is getting more than half of the seats, okay, during the election, after the election is over, the voting takes place. That time we come to know if a party has got more than half of the seats. That party which gets more than half of the seats is called as the majority party. The majority party then forms the government. Okay, whoever becomes the majority will form the government. Today we are having which government, which party's government we are having today? Yes, it is BJP. Correct. Next point now. Sometimes when no party gets a clear majority, what is the meaning of this? Sometimes what happens, after the election is over, after the voting counting is over, that time we come to know that none of the parties have got a more than half of the seats. In such a case, what happens? It becomes impossible to find out who is the majority. So what happened? That time, some parties come together to form a majority and they can establish the government. This kind of government is also called as coalition government. What it is called as? Coalition government. Now children, to make you understand this point very nicely, I have one example for you. Here, in an election, if party A is getting 45 seats, party B is getting 30 seats, party C is getting 15 seats, and party D is getting 10 seats out of 100 seats. Now you can see, any of the parties over here have got more than half of the seats? No. Okay, so in such a case what happens? There is no majority. So here in this parties, let's see who is having more seats. Yes, party A is having more seats. So party A can form a coalition with some party. Suppose party A is coming along and joining up with party C. Then 45 plus 15 seats it will become. So it will become 60 seats. That is more than half of the seats. Okay. Then they too can form the coalition government. Not only A and C. It can be A and D also. If A and D are coming together, 45 seats and 10 seats makes 55 seats. More than half. So they can also form the coalition government. So everybody has understood what is coalition government? Very good. Next point. In this way, candidates directly elected by people become members of the legislature. I told you previously only, in the election, whatever members we are, whatever representatives we are electing, those only people become the part of the legislature. And the party in majority gets a chance to form the government. Okay, so here the legislature and the party in majority gets a chance to form the government. Now, the leader of the majority party, now after formation of the coalition, or maybe any party is getting more than half, then after the majority is formed, the leader among that majority party becomes the Prime Minister. Okay, now this, who is the Prime Minister of India now? Correct. Narendra Modi ji is our Prime Minister. Now, after becoming the Prime Minister, what does he or she does? He or she selects candidates for ministerial positions. That means he removes ministers from his group. Okay, for example, you all must be knowing finance minister, education minister, health minister. These are the various ministers, okay, from among his or her colleagues. So the Prime Minister is selecting all the other candidates for ministerial positions. Okay, so everybody has understood till here? Very good. Let's move on. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Okay, here the Prime Minister as well as the Council of Ministers, chosen by the Prime Minister, together form the executive. So what is the executive? The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers, chosen by the Prime Minister, together forms the executive. Okay, executives in the parliamentary system of government. Okay, so everybody has understood what is an executive? Executive means Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. In parliamentary system, the executive has a dual responsibility. What is the meaning of dual responsibility? Double duty, double work. So what is that double work? First one, as an executive, they have to implement laws. Okay, because they are executive, so they have to implement the laws. What is implementing the laws? Putting the laws into action. That is called as implementing the laws. What is the second one? As they are members of the legislature also. And these people who are there, that is executives, they are also the members of the legislature. So what they have to do? They have to fulfill their duties as the member of the legislature also. That means they have to take part in the making the law also, and they have to execute the law also. So till here everybody has understood, I hope so. Very good. So children, what have we learned till now? Yes, we have learned that there are two main types of government, that are parliamentary system and presidential system. What else we have learned just now over here? We have also learned about the characteristic of the parliamentary system. Okay, in the characteristic of the parliamentary system, we have learned many things, that how the Prime Minister is made, how the Council of Ministers are made, then how a coalition is formed, how a majority takes place. Okay, these are all the things which we have learned in this part of the lecture. In the next part of the lecture, we will learn about the other duties of the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers, as well as we are going to learn the other type of system, that is presidential system. Okay, till then, good day.